Hey guys, it's Dr. Taylor Newton Chiropractic Center. Welcome to our YouTube channel. We want to talk a little about spinal health today. Number one is that chiropractic is the fastest growing health profession in the world. We're so excited in our office as you have decided to start with chiropractic care, whether it was myself or with Dr. Kayla. Just want to let you know, at our office, we're going to apply a team approach. Our goal is to determine the cause of your problem, and we want to see if we can fix the cause. Okay, we're super excited to let you know that more literature now has ever been coming out supporting chiropractic and how it works. We all know about the huge opioid crisis in our country, and we're so excited that we work with more and more medical professionals on a regular basis. At our office, we're going to try to find the cause of the problem and not treat the symptoms. So whether you're first time coming to a chiropractor for headaches or shoulder pain or neck pain, as always, as a chiropractor, our goal is to try to find the cause of the problem. We know medications or chemicals. Anytime you put a chemical into your body, you have a reaction. Okay? Our goal is to find the cause of the problem once again, and we don't want to cover it with a bucket full of pills. Okay? A couple things I want to make sure that you understand. We know drugs and chemicals. A couple things I want you to think about. First thing I want you to think about, would you feel comfortable flying if you needed one jumbo jetliner was going to crash every day? And that's how many people die from medications that are prescribed to them. The other thing I want you to be concerned about is taking NSAIDs, which are things like ibuprofen, aspirin, Tylenol. A lot of people have injuries from that, and it usually causes stomach ulcers and also some liver damage. So I'm not here to poo-poo medication because it serves a wonderful purpose in our world, but I also want you to have some understanding of some of the side effects of taking it. A couple things, these are things I get asked all the time. Number one, people ask me all the time, is it true that back pain is going to go away on its own? Study shows that people who have back pain still have low back pain and disability to a year later. Just try to find the cause and fix it. Number two, they say if you go to a chiropractor, they're going to hurt you. Okay? Chiropractic is the safest healthcare procedure recorded in history. Chance of getting hurt are 1 in 5,850,000, which is pretty comparable to getting struck by lightning twice in the same spot in the same day. And this is my favorite question they ask. They say, is it true that if you ever go to a chiropractor once, you're going to have to go the rest of your life? And that's not a true statement. You're going to have to decide what your goal is in health, okay? Our goal is here to make you as healthy as we can make you. If you go to the dentist once, you go to the dentist periodically and keep your teeth clean, or you just go and you have a problem and have a tooth pulled out. So you have to make that decision. It's up to you. We're doing health is a process. It's not an event. We're a very event-oriented world. We want to click a phone, watch Facebook, watch a reel, that kind of stuff. Health is a process, so it's going to take us time once you've had energy to get your body back. It takes time for your body to heal. Your body has the ability we call innate intelligence. It is the body's ability to do things without having to think about it, okay? And it's all controlled by your nervous system. Your nervous system is no more than a group of cords. It runs from your brain and then down your body. So we all know that first test question we're going to ask you, it says, what's the master system? We know the answer to that is the nervous system. The other test question is, what do we call, or what's the percentage of the nervous system receives pain? It's only 9%. So if you watch this, when you get the first test, you know all the answers, okay? But I want you to think about a few things. For example, L4 and L5, come out, goes to your intestines, goes to your kidneys, goes to your bladder. So having a dysfunction in L4, yes, it's going to make you a back pain and sciatica. It's also going to affect those other organs. The other thing we see upper cervical spine, like example C1 and C2, goes to your head, goes to the muscles of your neck, goes to your tear glands. So having a dysfunction there can affect your body that way too. We know that your spinal column is made up basically of 24 movable vertebrae. We have the cervical spine, the thoracic spine, the lumbar spine, the sacrum, and then we have the coccyx, okay? So that's this, and then all of these hard bones are surrounded by muscles and ligaments, and that's why it's so important to work on exercises in our office. Another test question, this is what we call a vertebral subluxation. A vertebral subluxation is no more than a spinal bone becomes misaligned or cuts out of place in your spinal cord. When it happens, it puts pressure on your spinal cord, the little nerves that exit your spinal cord, or also can affect the disc, okay? We know that very simple that what happens with the subluxation is that the spinal bone rotates, it puts pressure on the nerve root, and wherever that nerve root goes, that part of your body doesn't function correctly. Here we want to take that spinal bone where it's crooked or subluxated, we want to take the hard bone out that soft nerve, and so we get the body to restore itself. It's a lot more complicated than that, but in a nutshell, that's how it really works. We know that a subluxation can be silent. We already answered the question before, we're only 9% of the nervous system receives pain. So typically what we see is we'll see a spinal bone that gets out of line, it stays there, and then the body starts producing bone spurs. You might start seeing a disc that gets some decay, and then all of a sudden you get one, you go to brush your teeth, and you start having back pain. So don't wait till the symptoms happen. That's why it's so important to get your children checked and get your whole family checked at a young age. Because our goal is to prevent you from getting severe degeneration in your spinal cord. Talk about your disc. We talked to the disc is a very simple. It's a cushion. It's a lattice cushion between the two vertebrae. Everyone's always asking these questions. So we talk about a disc gets degenerated. You do something, you get a tear in the disc. Okay. Could be you had a fall, could be from playing golf, could have been a car accident, could be from foods you eat, could be from stress. All those things can cause a tear in the disc. Once you get a small tear in the disc can bulge out a little bit. You can see a small bulge coming out posterior, putting pressure on the nerve root. And the other thing, you have a herniated disc where that actually disc whole thing explodes back out like a jelly donut. We'll talk about it in the office, but we use spinal decompression here to treat this and have phenomenal results. Also, the shock wave has been amazing of helping get the disc to re-heal. Obviously, once the disc extrudes this material out, then you get sort of what we call bone on bone, and you get bone on bone rubbing together long enough, you start to develop bone spurs. The body develops the spurs because the body's trying to keep itself stable, so the body's used to having a nice cushion like this, and now it comes down low like that. We know your body is a chain, so I can adjust your cervical spine without affecting your pelvis. I can adjust your feet without affecting your neck. So we want to make sure you understand the body functions of the chain. That's why, as a chiropractor, we want to treat the whole body and not the individual part. Last test questions. We know there are 3 things that cause a subluxation. We know a physical cause can cause it. Things like getting knocked down, car wrecks, sports injuries, heavy lifting, running chainsaws for a long period of time, weed eaters, things like that. We know other thing is the birthing process. Also, is another cause of you having subluxation. It's so important to have both the mom and the baby checked on a regular basis. We know stress can cause a subluxation, so we need to work through and find out what determining your stress are. We know stress causes certain chemicals in our body to be released, which promote inflammation, which cause pain. And then the last thing we know is the chemical cause of a subluxation. So the foods we eat, high in omega-6 fatty acids, fried foods, things like that. We're going to do a whole workshop on what you eat and how it helps make your body. So we'll talk about that in a little while too. So please watch that on our channel as well. Last thing I want to talk to you about is pretty simple. A couple things I want to make sure you understand. I want to tell you my quick story. So playing football in high school, I got injured. I was very lucky that we had a wonderful chiropractor in the town I grew up in. I went to the chiropractor, got phenomenal results, and that's why I decided I want to do this. Any questions, please help us call at the office 252-430-8000.